Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Account at Ease. Okay, and if you like this video, you click on the like button. If you want to subscribe it, then subscribe it and click on the bell icon as well. Okay, so further notification you will get if you will press the bell icon. Okay, so today what the topic we are going to discuss that is golden rules of accounting. Fine, so what the topic we are going to discuss today, that is golden rules of accounting. So basically there are three golden rules of accounting. But we will also discuss the modern rules of accounting. Okay, so first rule of accounting is what? There are how many rules of accounting? There are three golden rules of accounting. So first rule is related with what? That is personal account. Okay, first is personal account. Here I am writing personal account. Account you can write down A/C, so it represent accounts. Okay, so before telling you about the rule for this personal account, I am telling you that what can include in the personal account. So any person name like Ram, Sham, Kavita, Anu. Fine, so these are the person name. Fine, or just suppose any company name like Reliance, any bank name like SBI, ICICI. Fine, so any company name, any bank name. Fine, so all these accounts will consider under the personal account. Okay, all these will consider under the personal account. So here I am going to erase it. Fine, then I will tell you what is the rule for the personal account. Okay, now what is the rule for the personal account? That is debit the receiver. Now listen beta, this is DR stands for what? That stands for debit. Okay, and next one is CR means credit. Okay, CR means credit. Okay, so credit the giver. This is the rule for the personal account, means debit the receiver and credit the giver. Okay, I think you remember this rule, debit the receiver and credit the giver. This is the rule for the personal account. Now I am going to tell you one example. For the personal account. Okay, so here I am going to take a bank. Then I will tell you who is the receiver and who is the giver, and this is the customer. Okay, this is the customer, Mr. This is Mr. Ram. Okay, this is Mr. Ram and this is SBI Bank. Now I will tell you that how the personal account will work. So just take an example. This individual Ram is having a saving account in this bank SBI. Okay, now in his saving account, what he is doing, he is going to deposit 10,000 rupee. Okay, and according to the personal account, what is the rule? Debit the receiver. Okay, debit the receiver and credit the giver. Now you tell me, who is the giver in this particular case? So you understand this, who is the giver? This one, Ram is the giver. So when we will post the entry in the journal book, so we will credit this individual Ram. In the journal books. Okay, but opposite situation for the receiver, if I am going to consider for the receiver, how we will do that? So in first case, if he is going to deposit, the amount, so bank will do the credit of the Ram account. Okay, but in second case, just suppose Ram needs the money, fine, and he has taken out the money, that is 5,000. Okay, he has taken 5,000 from the bank. Okay, so in this case, who is the receiver? So Mr. Ram is the receiver. So in this case, we will follow this rule, means debit the receiver. Okay, I hope you understand this. In the personal account, the rule is debit the receiver and credit the giver. And one more important thing is that whatever the receiver and the giver are, fine, whatever the whosoever is the receiver and giver are, we are not going to consider any transaction from the point of view of the person. We will consider the transaction from the point of view of the organization. Okay, kindly make a note that we will consider that who is depositing the money or who is taking out the money. Okay, and moreover, we will consider it from the point of view of the organization, fine, not from the point of view of the individual. Okay, I hope you understand this. So this is the personal account. Next we will do real account. Now students, we are going to discuss what is real account. Okay, so before telling the rule for the real account, I am going to tell you that what are the different things that is going to include under real account. So you remember this, only the tangible assets are going to consider or are going to include into the real account, under the real account. Now what are the tangible assets? Tangible assets are those assets that you can touch. Okay, fine. Now what are the different tangible assets in the organization? Like machinery. Okay, machinery. Land and building. L stands for land, B stands for building. Fine. Any computer that you have purchased for your organization. Fine. Cash is also you can touch, so it is a tangible asset. Any furniture you have purchased, or furniture and fixture that you have purchased in your organization, so that comes under the tangible asset. So you can say any kind of asset that you can touch, that comes under the tangible asset. So here I am going to erase it. Fine, then I will tell you what is the rule for the real account. Okay, what is the rule for the real account? Fine. So what is the rule, beta? That is debit what comes in. Fine. And credit what goes out. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Fine. Understand this, and I already told you DR stands for debit. Fine. And CR stands for credit. Okay. So what is the rule? Remember this: debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Fine. And whatever the rules I will tell you related to all the golden rules of accounting, if you will remember these rules, I can assure you that you will not face any difficulty when you will post the entries in the journal books. I hope you understand the rule. Now I am going to tell you the example. That what should be debit and what should be credit. Okay, like just suppose machinery. We are purchasing machinery. Okay, we are purchasing machinery. Okay, and that is of 10,000. Okay, so you can tell me in the comment box, if we are going to purchase the machinery, so what is coming in the organization? If we are going to purchase the machinery, what is coming in the organization? So what is coming in the organization? That is machinery. Okay, what is coming in the organization? That is machinery. And according to the rule, that is, what is the rule? Debit what comes in. Debit what comes in. Okay, so in case of purchase, if tangible asset is coming in the organization, fine, if tangible asset that is coming in the organization, then we will debit that account. Okay, but opposite situation, like just suppose this is the purchase, fine, I am taking another example of opposite situation like sales. Okay, in second case, just suppose if I am doing the sale of the machinery. Okay, sale of the machinery. Now in this case, what is moving out, what is goes out from the organization? That is machinery, because I have told you that I have sold the machinery of rupees, just suppose of 10,000. If I have sold the machinery of rupees 10,000, so what is going out from the organization? That is machinery. Fine. And according to the rule, what we will do? Credit what goes out. So what we will do the credit? We will do the machinery account credit, because what is moving out from the organization? That is machinery. So we will do credit the machinery account. Okay, I hope you understand this. Any doubt you have, so you can put into the comment box. Okay, now I am going to erase it. After that I will tell you the third rule. Okay, now what is the third rule for the accounting? What is the third rule for the golden accounting or golden rules of accounting? That is nominal account. That is nominal account. Fine. So in nominal account, what comes? In nominal account, what are the things is going to be include? It include all the expenses, losses, you understand na? Just suppose if you are purchasing a machinery of rupees 10,000 and selling in 8,000, fine. So how much cost you have paid? That is 10,000, and how much you are earning? That is 8,000. So it means 2,000 loss you have got it. Okay, or any income or any gains. Okay, any income or gains, or you can say profit if you are getting. So we are going to consider under the nominal account. Okay, under the nominal account. And expense, what it could be in the organization? What could be the expense? Like if you are paying rent, if you are paying salaries. Okay, if you are paying rent, so these are the expenses. Other expenses can also be there. Fine, I am taking two example: rent, salaries. And what could be the income? Same, we are going like if we are receiving any commission, so this is an income. And like just suppose any rent we are receiving for our building, so that is comes under the income for the organization.